I told our team after the game, you can't get too high or too low in this league. There's obviously a lot of really, really, really good teams in our league, and Creighton is a tremendous team. I was proud of the way our guys fought for 40 minutes. We didn't execute well enough to win, though, especially on the offensive end. I thought we defended, obviously, well enough against, like I said, probably, in my opinion, if they're not the best offensive team in the country, they're right there. I thought we really fought on that end, but our level of execution on the offensive end was not there. And now we missed some shots as well. But, again, I thought the execution, we had about 6 or 7 possessions throughout the game that we didn't execute. And in a game like this where it's going to become a one-possession ball game, that's the difference between winning and losing against really, really, really good teams. So we got to get better. But, again, I told our guys we can't hang our heads. We'll get another shot at Seton Hall here on the 30th.
Please raise your hand if you've got a question. First question to Matt.
Hey, Travis. Obviously, the hot start got you guys on quite a roll to start that game. Do you have any idea how it kind of got away from you in terms of maybe how the offense slowed up and some of those good looks that you guys were knocking down early didn't go in for you later in the game?
Yeah, I would say, man, I think our ball movement wasn't as good as the game wore on. I thought our ball wasn't pinging around the floor like it normally does. The ball got sticky for the first time, quite honestly, in a while for us. And, we're a rhythm and flow team. Like that's how we play. The open guy is the go-to guy because we have so many guys that can shoot the ball. Now, I will say we had some wide open looks as well. And we'll take a lot of the looks that we had. I think we were 8 of 32 from 3. I believe that's what we finished up. Again, I thought we had some pretty dang looks for Kunkel and Nate Johnson, and those guys are prolific shooters. And I told those guys, man, keep stepping into it. If you don't hesitate, you step into it and knock it in just like you have all year long. So, again, but give credit to Creighton. Creighton really defended us well, and I thought they had a good game plan.
Adam?
Based on the way that you answered that question, it sounds like for the most part, were you pleased with the shots that your guys were getting tonight, that you guys were able to get off?
Somewhat, Adam. I thought we wasted about 6 to 7 possessions just because of lack of execution. And I don't know if it was because it was the first time playing in front of a crowd or not. I don't know what the deal was because we haven't been that way all year. And we wasted probably about 6 to 7 possessions. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. And that's the difference between winning and losing a close game against a really good team. You can't do that. Like when one guy doesn't know the play, that screws up the whole possession. Like I said, we're a rhythm and flow team. So we got to be better. And ultimately that falls on me. I got to make sure that our guys know what they're supposed to be doing and are executing.
Matt?
With Zach, do you think the foul trouble just kind of broke his rhythm really and it was kind of hard for him to get into a flow, or was there something schematically that Creighton was doing to make things difficult for him?
Yeah, I just think foul trouble threw him out of rhythm. He got picked up too early and he's out for a long time. It's hard to sometimes get back going, and maybe I should have thrown him back in there in the first half, even with 2 fouls. But again, I thought the way that the game was being called, I was like, man, let's just kind of save him maybe for the second half. So, but I can always look back. Hindsight's 20/20, right? But he's got to be better. He's got to stay out of foul trouble. He's got to get rid of the unnecessary fouls. He's got to be able to show his hands because we need him on the floor, not over there on the bench.
Adam?
Did you, I know that you guys didn't execute the way that you like, but on a night like that where shots aren't falling, you're on the road, your first kind of true road game, your guys did stick in there and hang in there. And what did you learn about your team in that sense tonight?
Yeah, one of our core values, Adam, is embody undeniable confidence. And for our guys, like I told them, I said, hey, fellas, Creighton's going to go on a run. They're a really good team. They're going to bang in a couple threes in a row. It's going to happen. And how we deal with that adversity will dictate how the game goes. And I thought our guys fought, and we're going to play 40 minutes here at Xavier. We ain't playing 20 minutes. We ain't playing 30. We're not playing 39. We're going to play all 40 to the very end. And you look at the shot. Kunk had a great shot at the very end to tie it, and we'll take that shot every day of the week. But we're in that position, even though we maybe not play well offensively. we stayed in the game because we showed fight. We stuck together. Our huddles were really, really good. And I think, again, that's going to bode well for our team moving forward.
Adam?
I know you always talk about learning from wins as opposed to losses, and you guys lost tonight, but what – I was going to ask you about Paul. Paul went down pretty hard there. Is everything okay with him?
Yes, he's okay.
Okay. And I'll let someone else ask you a question.
Adam, go ahead.
I remembered my question. Is it an important lesson for your team, kind of a game like this, where there are going to be games this year where shots that you guys are used to seeing go in aren't going to go in, and you got to kind of learn how to deal with that at some point?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, again, we've shot the ball. We got a really good shooting team, but there are going to be nights where we're not shooting as well, and that's okay. Our defense and our rebounding and our fights got to be able to carry us in games like that, which I thought our defense was good enough. Wasn't perfect, right? It was far from perfect, but it was good enough to beat Creighton tonight, and it kept us, quite honestly, in the game. And and again, our guys, man, they understand what it takes to win. They do. I feel very confident saying that, and they know, they make winning plays. They're going to fight, fight all the way till the buzzer at the very end of the game.
Nate?
Travis, tonight was a big game, top 25 matchup, first Big East game on the road. Did you learn anything about your team and kind of the roster, like how you can kind of tweak the lineups here? You seem to be kind of adjusting them throughout the game.
Yeah, we're still probably a little ways away from it, Nate. Unfortunately, it's like, you want to try to get as much data as you possibly can, right? Like all the analytical numbers to see which lineups kind of work well together. And for whatever, because of COVID-19 this year, a lot of stuff, and then the NCAA, passing the waivers and all, for the transfers, our depth chart, our depth has really changed throughout the year, right? First 5 games, I think we only had 8 players available, and then all of a sudden we added Kunkel, and then we got Colby and CJ out of quarantine. Then you add Ben Stanley, and it's just like, man, it's hard to find that rhythm, and we're still trying to figure that out a little bit. But again, I've told our guys this too, Nate. It's, the blessing of depth is we're going to play the hot hand. We're going to play with the guys that they're going to give us the best chance to win that night. And our guys know that, man. It's going to be different guys, different nights. And that's the advantage of this team.
One final question from Adam.
You mentioned in your pregame press conference that you were going to give these guys a little break, let them go home to see their families for the holidays. Well, they'll come back to Xavier with you, and then what does that break look like? Is that a couple of days, and then they get back to Cincinnati? Yeah,
about a day and a half, because then we got to start testing back here on the 26th in order to play on the 30th, to do it in a safe and healthy way. I know we got Seton Hall at Centos on the 30th, so we just got to make sure we get our guys testing back, every single day kind of leading up to that game.